Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make our Stormy Coast bracelet. This sweet color-blocked bracelet is a perfect addition to your bracelet collection. Let's take a look at the products and tools we'll need to make it. For this project, we will be using 4mm Swarovski crystal bicone beads in the light gray opal, Pacific opal, the black diamond shimmer, and light azure. I'm using 5 and 6mm iridescent dove gray Swarovski crystal pearl beads. And then I have this cute little sterling silver branch charm by Amoracast, 12mm silver lobster clasp. I've got 4mm open jump rings. I have a 6mm closed jump ring, 2x2 sterling silver crimp beads, and the 3x5 sterling silver crimp bead covers. And I'll string this all up on this fine SoftFlex beading wire. For my tools today, I have chain nose pliers, I've got wire cutters and crimping pliers, and then I'm also going to have a tape measure. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin, I went ahead and I cut 10 inches of the SoftFlex beading wire. And I'm going to pick up my 4mm jump ring. And this one's already open a little bit. I'm just going to open it a little bit more by pulling one side towards me and one away from me. I'm going to slide on my lobster clasp. And then I'm in the same fashion as I opened it, I'm going to close it, pulling one side towards me and the other away. And then you hear that nice snap, you know it's nice and tight. So then I'm going to take my beading wire. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my crimp bead, slide through the jump ring we just added, go back through the crimp bead. Again, taking care to leave a little bit of room there so it's not too tight. Using your crimping pliers, you're going to use the back notch first, and you're going to crimp one time in the back. You're going to flip it and move it to the front notch and crimp one more time. And I always do a third time for good measure. Give it just a little bit of a tug, make sure everything's nice and secure. Take your wire cutters and cut off your tail, taking care not to cut your working thread. I'm just going to set my tools aside here, and now I'm ready to string my pattern, the fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my already completed bracelet as kind of my template here. So my pattern begins with 4 of the light azure bicones. So I'm going to string up 4 of those. And this is just a fun little bracelet. It's kind of a variation on color blocking. So I've got my light azure, and then I'm going to do 1 5mm dove gray pearl. Then I'm going to do the light gray opal, 3 of those. Whoops. Get them back on there. And then I'm going to add 2 5mm gray pearls. And you could totally shake up this pattern if you wanted bigger sections of some colors and not of others. You could totally vary how you do it. So now I'm going to add 3 of the black diamond shimmer. And it's really pretty how all these colors go together so nicely. Then I add 1 pearl. And then I do 4 of the Pacific opal. And this is one of my favorite colors. It's so pretty. Totally reminds me of going to the beach. All right, so I've got 4. So right now I've got 1/2 of my bracelet. Then I do my 5, it's kind of my centerpiece, of the 6mm pearls in the dove gray again. So I'm stringing my last one, and then I just do the same pattern as I did on this side, but I just reverse my order. So I start with the Pacific opal and go from there. So I'm going to continue stringing this, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach the closed jump ring on this end in the same fashion that we attached the beading wire to this jump ring on the other side. So I'm going to grab my beading wire, pick up one crimp bead, and then I'm going to go through the closed jump ring. And then I'm going to go back through the crimp bead. And then pull it down to the beads there. Again, I'm just going to bend it a little bit, make sure it has a little bit of breathing room so everybody can move around and not get too squished in there. So then I'm going to use my crimping pliers. Using the back notch first, I'm going to crimp one time, then I'm going to flip and turn it to the front notch, and crimp one more time and a third time. Give it a little tug, make sure it's nice and secure. Cut off your tail with your wire cutters. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on my crimp bead covers. So to do that, always put them in the front little notch very gently. Make sure not to put too much pressure because you don't want to close them before you get them over the bead. Put it over the crimp bead and then gently close it. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Oop, that one got a little wonky, but you can just kind of close it there. All right, so then it gives a nice finished look to our bracelet. So now all I need to do is to attach the charm. So I'm going to go ahead and open the other 4mm jump ring. I'm going to put it through the loop on this little delicate charm here. And then I'm going to attach that to the lobster side of the clasp. So then that way it's not in the way when you're trying to close your bracelet. So just go ahead and open the 4mm jump ring and go through the 4mm jump ring that's on the lobster clasp and close it. And now you are ready to wear your Stormy Coast bracelet. You can find the products and tools for this inspiration design at fusionbeads.com.